Alright, this is a quick video on how to regulate a TBI fuel pump down to a pressure low enough that you can run a carburetor. There's a couple of ways you could do this. If you have the S10 swap book, the way that they do it, and this might have been the best way to do it back when they wrote that book, is to use an old school deadhead style regulator for a carburetor, where your fuel line comes in here, fuel pressure comes in, one line goes out to the carb, one line goes to your return, but in order to build enough pressure, you have to have a fitting with a fixed orifice, and this setup works. It's probably not the best way for a couple of reasons. So I started out running the stock TBI fuel pump when this truck ran high 12s. So I went to the 94 to 95 big block pump that puts out 30 psi. And when I did that, this hole was 42 thousandths for the stock pump. I had to open that up because the regulator was actually making a screeching noise to try to control the amount of pressure coming out of that pump. There's a couple problems with that. One is it works the pump harder than it has to. Once the pump builds pressure, you can tell that it's definitely under load. And the other problem is when you do need the fuel, you are bypassing some of it. Not a ton of it, but the whole output of the pump won't make it to the carb. I just got rid of that and I replaced it with an Aeromotive 13301. It's kind of a different setup. Your pressure comes in and it sits in the same chamber as your line out to the carb, and it regulates that to 6 psi, and anything else it doesn't need it sends through your return line. So you have to make sure your return line is good enough. I got the 5/16 return line. It seems to be working with this pump fine. The lowest I could get down to is 3 psi. That's not a problem. But definitely this is a better setup. The pump sounds like it's way less stressed, and this design, whenever it needs the fuel, it blocks off the return completely and sends everything to the carb. This costs more, but this is definitely the better way to go about doing it.